In the heart of the city that never sleeps, there exists a bus route not found on any map, known only to those who have the misfortune of needing it, the Midnight Bus. Legend has it that this bus appears only to those with nowhere else to turn, offering a ride to an unknown destination. On this particular night, Jacob, a young man with a penchant for the paranormal, decided to uncover the truth behind the Midnight Bus. His curiosity led him to a desolate street corner just as the clock struck 12, and as if summoned by his desire, the bus materialized from the shadows. The bus was old, its paint peeling, windows fogged, and it moved with an eerie silence, save for the soft hiss of its doors as they swung open. The driver, a figure shrouded in darkness, nodded to Jacob without uttering a word. With a mix of excitement and apprehension, Jacob stepped aboard, the bus's interior cloaked in dim flickering light. As the bus began its journey, Jacob noticed he was the sole passenger, save for the shadows that seemed to flicker and move with a life of their own. The city outside the windows morphed into unfamiliar landscapes, the buildings giving way to dense, oppressive forests and then to barren, desolate fields. The further the bus traveled, the more Jacob felt a creeping dread, a realization that this bus ride was not of this world. The temperature dropped, and Jacob's breath became visible, each exhale a cloud of vapor in the cold air. He approached the driver, intent on asking where they were headed, but the figure remained silent, its eyes fixed on the road ahead. Turning back to his seat, Jacob saw figures now occupying the once empty bus, their faces blurred, as if out of focus, whispering in hushed, desperate tones. He could not make out their words, but their sorrow was palpable, a shared lament for choices made and destinies altered. The bus stopped at intervals, its doors opening to the void, and one by one, the ghostly passengers disembarked, vanishing into the night. With each stop, Jacob's unease grew, a gnawing fear that his turn to depart into the unknown would soon arrive. Finally, the bus came to a halt, not at a street or recognizable landmark, but at the edge of a precipice overlooking an abyss that swallowed light itself. The driver turned to Jacob, its eyes glowing with a somber light, and spoke in a voice that seemed to echo from the depths of the earth itself. "This is where you get off." Jacob realized then that the Midnight Bus did not offer a ride to the lost, but a passage for the souls of the damned, a journey to the final destination from which there was no return. He pleaded with the driver, asserting that he had boarded the bus out of curiosity, not despair. The driver's gaze bore into him, and after a moment that felt like an eternity, the bus doors closed, leaving Jacob on the precipice, the vehicle vanishing as mysteriously as it had appeared. As dawn broke, Jacob found himself alone on a familiar city street, the night's horrors fading like a bad dream. But the chill in his bones and the images of the bus's sorrowful passengers haunted him, a stark reminder of the thin veil between the living and the dead. The Midnight Bus continued to roam the city streets, a spectral vessel for those wandering souls caught between worlds, and Jacob, forever changed by his encounter, dedicated his life to warning others of the dangers that lurk just beyond the reach of the midnight hour.